What is up, super fam and bro vengers alike? I am Sensei Finito, and welcome to Marvel Bros, where we discuss all things Marvel and everything pop culture. But today, we are going to be checking out the DCU Chapter 1 Slate Reaction, and this is titled Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. This is what James Gunn put out for all of us amazing nerd babies to be able to watch and know what's going to be coming for the future of DCU, or the future of the DCU as we know it, I should say. I'm super excited for this. We've been waiting for this for a while now. We've talked extensively about what we're gonna expect here on the what we expect here on the channel. You guys can go and watch some of the past live videos to kind of catch up on any of those things. And I believe we're probably right about, you know, like 73% of the things that we're going to find out right now. I have not watched this yet. I've tried to stay off of Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I've tried to stay off of everything as much as I can, just so I could react to this and get all of the goodness in one foul swoop. So I am super excited. I am super happy. I hope all you guys are excited and happy too to get into what we're about to be discussing. I can't believe it, man. Like, I know the internet is like a little bit furious with James Gunn, even though he's honestly done nothing wrong. He has no control over the things that have happened, but now that he does have control, I am in full belief that he is going to do a great job with the future slate of DCU. So with all that being said, let's jump right into it and see what we're going to have. We're going to talk a little bit about it, and then later today we'll go live, and then we'll, get a bigger discussion on everything, and then you guys will be able to give your thoughts and whatnot as well. And if you want to, you can also drop your thoughts in the comment section down below, because it's all good and it's all fine and dandy. If you haven't already, before we get into it, make sure you follow us on social media at Marvel Bros to stay up to date with all the latest news, content, reviews that we post daily. And also follow me on social media at Sensei Finito to stay up to date with all my hot takes and all the things that I say and my first reactions to a lot of the things that are going on within the nerdy realm. Okay, I appreciate you guys. With all that being said, let's get into this slate reveal.
Hey everybody, I'm James Gunn. I'm the co-CEO of DC Studios. So as many of you know, DC has been disconnected in film and television for a long time. And it's one of, our jobs, mine and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation. That the characters are consistent, played by the same actors, and it works within one story. And if something is outside of that, like Matt Reeves' Batman or Todd Phillips' Joker or Teen Titans Go, that it is clearly labeled as DC Elseworlds, outside of the mainstream.
That's exactly
DC
what we were talking about.
Now,
Elseworlds,
Peter and I have gotten
guys.
pretty lucky in terms of the 4 projects that are coming out over the next year. First, we have Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Shazam has always been off kind of in his own part of the DCU, so he connects very well. That moves directly into The Flash, a fantastic movie that I really love, that resets the entire DC universe. And then to move into Blue Beetle, a fantastic film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2, which leads directly into our next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now. So,
Aquaman leads directly
along with
into
a group
next
of very
into
talented
other
writers, have started to map out an 8 to 10 year plan of what DC Studios will be in film, television, and gaming. This first chapter is called Gods and Monsters. Now, this, what I'm about to tell you, is a part of the first chapter. It's not the entire first chapter.
Oh my God.
The first project is Creature Commandos.
Oh,
Creature
shit.
Commandos is an animated series. I've written all the episodes. Something we're going to do that's a little bit different in
Invincible.
DC is we're going to have characters move into animation, out of animation, usually having the same actor play their voice as who plays them in live action.
Oh, yeah.
The next project up is Waller.
Oh, yeah.
This is a story of Amanda Waller, played by
knew about
Viola
this one.
Davis.
We didn't know about Creature
Team
Commandos.
up with members of Team Peacemaker, and this is a story that's been created by Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom Patrol. It is a fantastic story.
Let's go!
I can't wait for people.
That's gonna be awesome.
Okay. Next up is the big one, the true beginning of the DCU. This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025.
What?
Next
We
thing
got a
is big
date?
premiere HBO television series called Lanterns. This is a story of a couple of Green Lanterns, Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, and we have a few other Lanterns peppered in there, but this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is
Let's
almost
go!
like True Detective with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops watching over Precinct Earth.
This is gonna be awesome,
They
bro.
discover a terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU. Next is a big movie called The Authority. The Authority is a
movie,
passion project
okay.
of mine. It's based on the marvelous Wildstorm characters we are now bringing into the DCU and will interact with all of our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary. I think it's a very different look at superheroes. We're doing a television series called Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost is the story of Paradise Island, usually known as Themyscira, which is the birthplace of Wonder Woman. It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the inhabitants of Paradise Island. The introduction of the DCU's Batman is The Brave and the Bold. The Brave and the Bold is the story of Batman and his actual son, Damian Wayne. This is based on
So we're gonna already have Nighthawk older.
Wayne is my favorite.
Yo,
Robin.
let's
He's
go!
A little assassin who Batman tries to get in line, and so
Hopefully
this
that's
is the
what that
story
means.
of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the Bat family in the DCU.
Okay, it's
Next
the beginning.
up is a
So
TV
maybe
series
Nighthawk.
called
I don't
Booster
know. We'll
Gold.
see.
Booster Gold is one
Booster
of comics' really
Gold?
popular cult heroes. He is a fascinating guy. He's a
Nice.
loser from the future who uses future technology to come back to present day and become a superhero so that people will love him. It is basically the superhero story of imposter syndrome on an HBO Max series. One of my favorite comic book series from last year
this
was
is
Tom
this is
King's
off to a
run on
great start.
Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so we're going to turn that
Which is what
into
we
a
talked
big
about.
science fiction epic film. Now, Superman is a guy who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents, whereas Supergirl in this story, she is a character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish in some terrible way.
Damn.
So she's a much more jaded character. And that brings me to Swamp Thing, the last thing we're going to talk about, a very dark horror story in the origins of the monster who is Swamp Thing. And although it's totally outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories. Anyway, those are the stories
Let's
that I can tell
go,
you about right
bruh.
now. I've
This is
loved
about
DC
to be
characters since I
amazing.
was a child. They're incredibly important to me. I knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something very different. One of the things that's very important for me in all of these movies and TV series is that the director's vision and the vision of the writers and all of the creators is unique and something special. Storytelling is always king. That's all that matters to us. And I want to be true to those stories. I want to be true to you guys and really give you something different than you've ever seen before. Anyway, thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
I appreciate you watching. I hope this was exciting for you because it's
Oh,
really exciting
yeah.
for me. And I can't wait to start to dive into these stories with you guys on this grand adventure. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about, yo. That is what I'm talking about. We are about to get a poppin' DCU for the future, man. It's already off to a great start with these announcements, yo. I am super excited about all these things because we have kind of discussed a lot of these things as well. Like I said, yo, we like Mike Beasley coming through with the scoops for sure because we have talked about multiple of these things that just came out today. So just to give a little bit more information and, you know, regarding some of those scoops that we know and that we've heard, first and foremost, we know that, we don't know anything for a fact other than what he just told us, but the scoops are that the Superman movie is going to see Mr. Mxyzptlk being the main villain, and as he said, it's going to be very grounded and give us a kind of introduction to Superman, but not a origin story for Superman. Superman's already going to be established in this universe, as well as the other heroes and characters that we've kind of just already heard about. Nothing will necessarily be an origin story. So it's going to be really awesome to get that. I don't know in what shape or form that might be, but the way that I've kind of been interpreting it is that this first Superman movie is going to feel very Sam Raimi Spider-Man-ish, you know, when we get that just as much of the reporter as we do of actual Spider-Man. I think we're going to kind of get those two halves of the same world, and it's going to be freaking amazing. I hope everybody is super hyped and ready for that because I know I am. Shout out to this man, James Gunn, for definitely coming through. We also knew about the Amanda Waller series, which sounds also really incredible. And I can't wait to see that. And he said that she's going to be teaming up with Team Peacemaker, which is awesome. So we're going to see some of these characters that we already know from the past DCEU enter into this new DCU, but it's not, outside the realm of possibility, especially because of all the things that are going on and whatnot. We also heard him say that the Flash movie is going to reset the DCU, and then Aquaman will lead into the new future of what's going to be going on. So that's very interesting that he chose to say those words in that form. Especially when we're hearing things like Loba is going to be Aquaman. Loba is going to be Aquaman. I mean, Jason Momoa may be Lobo. Why did I say Loba? Loba is from Overwatch. Lobo and Aquaman. But we don't know that for a fact either, right? There's a lot of things that we're hearing, but nothing has been 100% validity confirmed, I should say. So we still have a little way to go until we figure that out. But to know that they're going for the next 8 to 10 years already, and they announced 10 projects today. So I believe that we're in good hands, man. I think we're in good hands. Everything that he said is going to be awesome. One of the ones that stood out to me the most is that Promise Lost, where we're going to be following Themyscira in kind of like a Game of Thrones type of way and seeing how they kind of react on there. And I think that is going to be awesome. I think that's going to probably be one of the best things that's going on. He also talked about Blue Beetle and just a lot of things. So it seems like almost all the movies that are going to be coming out in this year and the next slate are all going to be tied into the actual DCU. So that puts to rest a lot of the arguments that a lot of people have been saying, to where it's like, oh, why are they canceling all this stuff? No one's going to watch these movies. Well, he literally just said that a lot of these movies are actually going to tie into the new DCU. And I guess you can kind of also look at the Flash and all this stuff kind of being this where the DC rebirth is going to be starting. Like after Flashpoint, I believe we're going to kind of be going into DCU rebirth, for lack of better words. And I'm super here for all of the things that we heard and learned about today. It sounds truly amazing, truly beautiful. Love the Wonder Woman, love the Superwoman, Woman of Tomorrow whole thing. We knew about that as well from the scoops. Like a lot of the things that we heard about were actually valid. There was a lot of validity to it, including the Lantern show. Like all of these things we've been talking about here on the channel for like weeks now, if not like ever since James Gunn came out and kind of said we're going to be doing stuff across movies, animated, and video games, and that's awesome. Another thing to take note of is that Commando crew, or whatever the hell they were called, because that definitely seems like what we are going to be looking for out here in the streets. Yeah, you feel me? It sounds, and James Gunn, he the whole Commando thing, like it's giving, what's it called? It's giving me the vibes of like, I can't think of what the name of it is, but it's giving me Invincible vibes mixed with like Guardians of the Galaxy. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the vibes that I'm getting from this. No doubt it will be more R-rated or more mature, hopefully. Just from the look of this, it looks like we could get definitely a more mature type of vibe here, right? Like, look at that. That just looks completely, like, everything about this just seems like we're going to be getting a lot more top-notch storytelling from what's going on. Creature Commandos, that's what they're called. And I'm super juiced for this. I'm really juiced to see what's going to be happening with the Creature Commandos. And then like the Waller show as well. It sounds like it's going to be a definite dub. With Viola Davis reprising the role of Waller for the television series. This is something that we definitely were talking about here on the channel, is that she has to like being Amanda Waller. Like, there's no way that Viola Davis is just signing on for all these movies and all these properties and does not thoroughly enjoy being Amanda Waller, because that's just what it seems like. Ooh, excuse me. So this is awesome. We're hearing really dope things. We're hearing really grade A things so far. He did not tell us who the Superman is going to be, but I'm still all the way here for Wolfgang being our Superman, 100%. Like the thing that I saw and whatnot yesterday, the fan art that we went over on the episode of Marvel Bros yesterday, it definitely got me like, yeah, that's what that looks dope. I'm really hyped about the Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan the Lantern show. I recently have been going back through doing the DC rebirth for Green Lantern and all that stuff, and it's just, I mean, Green Lantern is amazing, and Jeff Johns did an amazing job with the run of Green Lantern. With what he did with the Mythos was incredible, and it was really awesome. I'm a little concerned because if you look at here, my guy Jon Stewart is in the yellow, so I wonder if they're going to change it up and make Jon Stewart part of, the Sinestro Corps. I don't know him to be part of the Sinestro Corps, but I may not be far enough in the in my my read through, my watch through of what's going on to find that out yet. But Jon Stewart as, I don't know. This seems like it's going to be awesome, though. I'm all the way here for it, no matter how they do this, because, I mean, it's the Green Lanterns, and I've been waiting for Green Lantern since the first Green Lantern movie. Like, the first Green Lantern movie was bad, but it wasn't, like, as bad as I think everyone thinks it was. And I actually but I was a kid the last time I saw that movie as well. But a child, so I guess I was supposed to like it. So I'll probably give that a rewatch soon, so I can know how to actually properly feel. And then we also have The Authority. I really am hyped about The Authority, and I don't know why. I've never even heard of The Authority, but just hearing how passionate and how excited James Gunn was when he was talking about this, it definitely got me excited when he was talking about it. It was like, oh shit, like what is this? It seems like The Authority, even a little bit more than Superman, might be like a real passion project for James Gunn. James, man, like he's doing the Lord's work. Like that's all I can say. James Gunn is currently doing the Lord's work, and I think everybody, should just, let my guy do what he does. Hold on, let him cook. You feel me? Because he is going crazy. I am super excited for the future of the DCU, and I hope all of you guys are too. And I'm not gonna lie, James Gunn has me excited to see the other movies that are coming out this year, and I really was not until he started talking about them as if they're going to really tie into the future of the DCU, and that is amazing, and that's kind of what we all wanted, and I'm all the way here for it. So with all that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in and vibing with me and talking, and not talking, but listening to me talk about all the stuff that we're going to get within this new DCU Chapter 1 slate titled Gods and Monsters, which is a beautiful start to everything, right? Like, that's amazing. Just amazing. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it, and I hope you guys are loving it too. Thank you guys for watching, and I definitely hope to see you on the next one. We will be going live later today to talk more in depth about this and to have more conversation and discussion with the rest of the Super Fam and Bro Vengers alike. So I hope to see you guys all there. I think we're going to be going live at 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So make sure you guys tune in. And yeah, we're going to have all the good times and all the good vibes and nerd out about this and go over all of the stuff that we've already talked about and, talk about how we were right and just different stuff like that. So thank you all for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. And don't forget, stay awesome, stay nerdy, and stay marvelous. I'll see y'all on the next one. Excelsior.
Visit our website at www.markbros.com and buy some merch. Represent the Superfan.
Or you can join our Patreon to get early access to content, patron-only streams, giveaways, private Q&As, and those sacred watch parties.
We appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the next one.
Excelsior.
On today's pop culture news update.
On today's pop culture news update.
On today's pop culture